Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014, and this is my Hunter's Strength Suite 60. So here we go. Now this is a green mono deck. It's Garruk's deck. He's the Planeswalker. In my opinion, Garruk's never really been a competitor in Magic the Gathering. He's never been one of the strongest Planeswalkers. But I actually think that this deck's going to change all that. This has the potential to be one of the strongest decks in the game. Now, obviously, I'm not sure if I've managed to achieve that right now, but I'm pretty sure that I've got a very, very strong 60 cards here. I've looked at this for a while now, and I've thought about it. I've taken out cards that I think will slow the deck down or don't necessarily aren't necessarily strong in most situations. But I've left in the cards that I'm 90% sure are strong in every situation, at least, in my opinion. This deck's open to interpretation, of course. So I'll run you through what I'm going to be running here. I only needed one Rancor because once the creature dies, it comes back to your hand. So, having any more than one would just weigh the deck down. Prey Upon is one of the strongest cards in the deck. It really, really gives you an early game advantage. I love that card. I really do love that card. I wouldn't run anything but 4 of them. Kalonian Tusker. It's a stronger version of Garruk's companion. Simple as that. It's 3-3, not 3-2. It doesn't have the trample, but for 2, it really gives you an early game advantage. But I left 2 of Garruk's companion in purely because it does have trample as well, so not bad cards. Nature's Law. It's a really, really great ramp because the card doesn't come into play tapped. I love Nature's Law. Only needed 2 of them. Predator Ooze. One of the most overpowered cards I've ever seen, in my opinion. It costs 3 for a 1-1. It is indestructible, and whenever it attacks, you get a 1-1. And whenever it deals damage, whenever a creature dies that's been dealt damage by this card, then it gets a +1/1 as well. So just keep attacking with it. When it gets strong enough, leave it back for a blocker. Indestructible. Really, really great card. Gloom Widow, 3 for a 3-3, not bad. It can't really block land creatures, only flying, but it does have reach. So I like that card against flying decks. Eternal Witness is great. She returns a dead creature to your hand, so you can plan to block with something, let it die, and then use her to bring it back. So I really like that card. Another strong card here, 3 greens for a 4-5. What more can you say? I like Sacred Wolf, but I only had room for 1 of them. I love the artwork on it, it's amazing. I love wolves, as you probably know. It has hexproof, that's where this card is strong. So it's only a 3-1, but it has hexproof. Now, Beastmaster Ascension, I was going to leave this out. It does cost 3. It does take a while to get going, but if you put it down early, eventually it will come to play, and you'll have +5/5 on all your creatures. So get that down as early as possible, preferably after you know for a fact an opponent has used their enchantment removal. So try and play it strategically if you can. If you find that it's getting countered too much or it's not coming into play, then obviously take it out. I'm going to be doing the same myself. There's loads of good cards up here that I would put in instead of it, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. If I find that it's not working for me, I'll take it out and change it for something else, and I guess you guys could do the same. Elephant Guide is a really, really great enchantment. It's a +3/3, and when it dies, you get a 3/3 green elephant, so I like this card. Oakenform, +3/3, not bad at all. Elephant Guide is a better version of Oakenform, but they're both good to have. They both cost the same, so I would advise putting them both in. If there was 2 Elephant Guides in the deck, I'd take Oakenform out and put 2 Elephant Guides, but there's not, so what can you do? This is one of my favourite cards in the entire game. Every upkeep you get a 2/2 wolf, and then you can command him to tap the wolves all together and attack a creature. And the creature's damage does damage to all of your wolves divided as it sees fit. So it's strong, believe me. I really like this card. Leave this, put this up early and let it go for a while. You can let your wolves take down a 10/10 if you saved up 5 of them. So yeah, it's amazing. Fangren Firstborn. Whenever he attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each attacking creature. Now that's not just till the end of turn. They stay there. What an amazing card. Cudgel Troll. One of the best blockers in the game. Attack, leave a land up. They know that you're going to regenerate, so they 9 times out of 10 they don't block it. Eventually they'll come to the point where they have to block it, and he just still doesn't die. I really like that card. This is a new card to me. I've never seen this before. I really, really like it. It costs 4 for a 3/3. It has trample, but when he dies, as long as he's in your graveyard, all your creatures have trample. Amazing. Bramble Crush, simple. You can even destroy land with this. Love it. Had to put 2 of those in. That's really, really good against tricolour decks, because their main weakness is getting all the tricolours up. So if you see like a green, red and black deck and he's only got 1 black, destroy the black. That will put a thorn in his side. Hunt the Weak, it's a stronger version of the prey card at the beginning. I forgot the name of it. Prey Upon. Yeah, so Hunt the Weak is, like I said, a stronger version of Prey Upon. It adds a 1/1. So it's the same thing, but it adds a 1/1. I love that artwork. He's just like, ah, get the fuck. And the rat's like, screw this, I'm out of here. Yeah, he has Intimidate, and he gives all your creatures Intimidate. Now, the only card that would be weak against would be another Garruk deck, or, well, I was going to say the Eldrazi deck, but there's also another, the Dragon deck's got green in it as well, and so is the Slivers. So there's a few decks that would be weak against, but, I mean, it's not a bad card. Sentinel Spider, I wanted to put 2 of these, but I couldn't fit them in. Really, really great. 5 for 4/4 with Vigilance and Reach. So, one of your best air defenses in the game. Might be worth taking out maybe Beastmaster Ascension and putting in another Spider. But, yeah, very strong card. Overwhelming Stampede is a stronger version of Overrun. Until the end of turn, creatures you control gain Trample and XX, where X is the greatest power among your creatures. So yeah, that's amazing. It is a stronger version of Overrun, if you ask me. But I put them both in. Enlarge, 5 for a +7/7 till the end of turn and Trample. It must be blocked. So that's a great way of finishing off, you know, that's usually used for your winning move, in my opinion. I like that card. Rampaging Baloths, costs 6 for a 6/6, so that's fair. But you get Trample and Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you gain a 4/4 beast. That card is overpowered. That should at least cost 7, in my opinion. It's amazing. This card is also amazing. It costs 6, but its power is equal to the amount of green mana symbols in this deck. I mean, there are a lot of green mana symbols. Most cards have at least 2, so it would be an 8. If you had, for example, Rampaging Baloths, sorry, that's not a creature. Yes, it is. If you had Rampaging Baloths down and then summoned this would be an 8/8. Do you see what I mean? It has the potential to be massive with Trample. Another 6 card here. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 3/3 green beast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can put 3 1/1 counters on a creature. And whenever you cast a land, you gain 3 life. That has so many uses. I could not warrant not putting that in. And the final card is Craterhoof Behemoth, a new card to me. Really liked it. When he enters the play, creatures you control gain Trample and XX until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So play this card when you've got a lot of creatures on the field and you will dominate. It's as easy as that. Okay, now that's 19 creatures, 17 other and 24 land, 60 cards in total. That's my best 60. There are going to be many ways to make this deck, I'm absolutely sure of it, but I promise you that this is a strong version of Garruk's deck. So, the cards that didn't make the cut are Savage Summoning. It is a good card, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't want it. It's just, I don't know, it seems too, not situational, but it just slows the deck down in my opinion. It is a good card, but I couldn't find a place for it. I mean, cards that I say are good cards will definitely be able to be used in this deck. You can take out anything you want and put these good cards in. Of course you can. Personally, I don't want to run it, you know. Garruk's Horde. Already got one of them. Regal Force. This isn't really a draw deck. And I've never really needed it, or I've never really used it, to be honest. I've unlocked 30 cards for this deck and never ever had a chance to play it, so just didn't see a need for it. Now, Living Hive. It was either Living Hive or the other last card I mentioned. Forgot the name already. Craterhoof. I like them both. This one has... Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know. They're equally good. I just happened to choose the other one. I have no reason why I chose the other one over this one. I just did because it's new, I guess. Now this card, it can win games, it can lose games. It's an amazing card. You could summon that card when the enemy has no creatures up and you win the game. That's a game-winning card. But you might have that sitting in your hand from the beginning and never ever have more creatures than your opponent. And, you know, it might be... It's very, very situational, but it can win games. I would class that as a good card. Revive. I have the other card to do that. I don't need it. I only wanted one of those because it can't block land creatures. Got one of those. Got one of those. Got two of those. These are all good cards. Now this one, I'm not keen on life gain artifacts. They're okay, but for 3 I could summon something else. You know, I would find that if that was in my hand, I'd be like, oh, I've got to summon that now. And then I'll find that I fall behind in the creature battle. Even though I'm gaining life, it's just like, life doesn't mean anything if the enemy's got the board advantage. So I don't put those in, to be honest. Good card. Good card. There's nothing up here that I don't have in my deck, apart from this one. Wormskin Forger. When he enters the battle, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures. So yeah, it's a good card. But, I mean, even if you distributed it among here, 7 would be a 7 for a 5/5. It's not worth it, in my opinion. So there you go, guys. That's Hunter's Strength. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment in the comment section. I will try and answer all comments. I usually do. Don't forget to rate and subscribe as well, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. It really, really helps. I will see you on the next video, guys. Take it easy.